People deluded. Friday night football. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 3. And yeah, we're out of the FA Cup. You guys know how much I love the FA Cup if you're an Arsenal fan. In fact, even if you're a United fan, you know how much it means to the clubs. Yes, both sides want to be back challenging for major honours, but both sides are up there statistically for winning this. Arsenal versus United, it doesn't matter where we are. That's a big enough game. We know the rivalries between the fans. I definitely do, because as I'm making this video, my phone is pinging off and the banter is coming my way. And it's a kick in the teeth, people. What did I tell you lot in my preview, people? What did I tell? What does my preview actually say? The title of the preview. Both sides will gift each other's chances. It's down to us to take them. What did you see throughout the whole game? Arsenal probably had, 60-70% possession. God knows how many attempts we had in that game. Probably about 200. United got the most important thing, which is the victory next round. And you can say United, in fact, we'll get on to it. Going into the game, obviously, I've just basically said it. You know what's up for stake. Opening 10 minutes, people. It looked like, I don't know, if you're an Arsenal fan, United, you're probably nervous. If you're an Arsenal fan, it looked like we're up for it. Lacazette, Aubameyang, all these players are smelling it in the woods. And we had a few chances literally within the first 5 minutes. There was definitely one in the 4th minute with Lacazette. If his touch was better, who knows what could have happened. And then there was one that fell to Lacazette. All in all, we're getting at United. It's definitely not the game you would have thought that it would have been in Arsenal versus United. In hindsight, United, it looked exactly, well, not exactly, but how they played against us, if you remember last season, where Lukaku ironically played well as well in the league, was almost identical to how they played against us. Because in hindsight, they looked nervous and things like that in the first half, but they remained rigid. 2 banks of 4. Nice tacticalness from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the second half. Obviously, we'll get onto that, but to bring on Martial and Rashford, Lukaku actually on the right hand side sort of thing to take advantage of the space that Kohler was leaving. Lingard through the middle, obviously Pogba, and the rest are there. Alexis Sanchez as well. I think Maitland-Niles, I was getting a bit worried because there were incidences. I felt he was diving in and there was enough incidences where Alexis could be encouraged, but all in all, I think he's locked him down. I think our fullbacks are going well. We're getting good combinations down either flank, particularly down the left-hand side, typically with Iwobi, who looks up for it as well. Lacazette, best player on the pitch from an Arsenal point of view, give or take him at Ramsey. He's tracking back, he's weighting Pogba, he's doing what he needs to do, and you're thinking, all right, cool, we're up for this. Got to hail up Ramsey as well. Ramsey's looking up for it, we're pressing. Like I said, United are nervous. They're not really doing anything on the ball. They're kind of camped in their own half, weathering the storm, and we just can't break them down. We're getting in behind and cutting them open at will, but you have to take chances. And Romeo made some good saves, but really and truly in the first half, from an Arsenal point of view, we didn't work him enough, and ultimately we didn't score. Self-inflicted wounds, man. Obviously, when I provide my tactical review, I'll look at it in depth, but the first goal against the run of players, it's appalling. There's several players that could have done better. The 2 centre-halves, obviously at this point, Socrates sadly got injured, and fingers crossed it's not a long-term injury. But Koscielny and Mustafi, they're ball-watching. They're unaware. It's actually a lovely run from Alexis Sanchez. He stays on side. Maitland-Niles is playing him on side, which he's getting caught ball-watching. Look, Torreira and Xhaka, where are they as well? Second goal annoyed me a bit more, but where are they? Torreira's actually there, and he's got no awareness. He should be... I've seen Torreira do that a couple of times. Again, Torreira's my guy, and you know he's amazing, but you need to switch on. So lovely run from Alexis, and it showed great maturity to wait. Obviously, Maitland-Niles is playing him on side. Czech's already made his decision easy for him, and it doesn't matter what Alexis Sanchez is on. He finishes it. It's a lovely finish, and it's 1-0. From an Arsenal point of view, you need to get your heads in the game, because, yeah, we're having chances, and it is a kick in the teeth. You can say we don't deserve it, but by the same logic we do, because we didn't switch on. Run against the run of play, it's 1-0, and we kind of dug ourselves a hole. Now you're looking at it, you're thinking we need to keep a cool head. We've actually been playing all right. The one bright spark is we do look like we can score here. We just need to take chances. To concede, that was in the 30th minute. To obviously go and concede, 2 minutes later, that's a constant theme of Arsenal. It's 3 passes. If I remember rightly, obviously they deal with our threat. Shaw does very well to get the ball under control. He passes it to Lukaku, who's on the right-hand side. God knows where Kolasinac is. Obviously, it then falls into Lingard, who Lingard just simply makes a run. Like you saw with Firmino against Liverpool, just simply following your run. Look, Torreira gets there too late. God knows again where Xhaka is. I felt a bit sorry for Mustafi because I felt Mustafi could have done better. But just as a non-bias looking at it from points of view, he's stuck in two minds. Now Mustafi has to make a decision. Ironically, decision-making is a weakness of his. But Maitland-Niles is caught out of position and he looks in no hurry to get back. These are self-engineered goals. It's against the run of play. 2-0 down in quick succession. On the one hand, again, we don't deserve it. But on the other hand, it's cup final. You need to defend properly and we shot ourselves in the foot. There's so many reasons as to why we deserve to be behind. It's 2-0. Again, ironically, it looks like there's goals in the game. And again, to our credit, we're having chances. I forgot to mention it. We've moved a bit ahead, but 24th minute, we're putting in lovely balls into the box where there's no one there. And if you're critical, throughout the whole game, yeah, we're putting nice combination passes, but we're trying to be a bit too intricate, making it easy for United to defend. And I know neither Lacazette or Aubameyang are notorious for their play in the air, but we're playing with no focal point. It's nothing to do with them. It's how we play as a team. And again, we're helping United. Now, United fans would obviously agree. They probably would have saw their team concede. If you've been watching United, beyond the whole Ole Gunnar Solskjaer playing well and things, they gift chances. So I don't think any United fan thought that their club wasn't going to concede. Nice of us to get it before half time. It's a scrappy goal, but it's a lovely team build, man. There's about 9 passes, and ironically, I think it's a good team move. I think it starts with Koscielny. Xhaka's involved. Eventually, it finds its way to Wolby, who plays in Ramsey. Ramsey plays it across. Lacazette technically gets a touch on it, and Aubameyang's there to finish it and do the rest. 2-1. Ironically, that's the first good thing and the only good thing I saw from Xhaka today. I think this is one of them games where Xhaka's lost me. You guys know I like balance. Now, I don't think Xhaka is a terrible footballer. I don't understand how he continuously plays week in, week out. I think Guendouzi's got his own question marks, but at least for right now, excluding the good performance from everyone against Chelsea, he probably needs to move in. He probably needs to step aside. Can't understand what he was doing today. He's really lost me. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's as bad as people give him credit for, but he gives people nothing to defend here. Every time United countered, he just didn't look up for it. The passing wasn't quite there. And I don't like to scapegoat people. I actually feel in stages of this season, Xhaka's been alright, but excluding the Chelsea game, since this last period, the West Ham and this game, it's really dropped, man, and it's atrocious. To United's credit, I think Maitland-Niles is doing well with Alexis in this first half, but Alexis looks up for it. Pogba's probably the standout candidate. Lingard's not really in the game of such, but he's making good runs. And although we're having joy down the left, I think it's a mature performance from Young. I'm just seeing little things from Young, talking people through it, coaching them through it, especially when they were nervous. Like Shaw looked very nervous as well, as did Lindelof at a time. But it's 2-1 at half-time. We've self-engineered this because on one hand, we're playing promising. There's actually some positives in this game. Definitely, if you're looking at how we've approached big games recently, minus the recent one against Chelsea, we've started off slow. So there's definitely the application, the passion, all of these things I can't fault the players for. But what I can fault them for, I don't think it's Unai Emery's tactics. I feel possibly in hindsight, he probably should have reverted back to what worked for us against Chelsea because he slightly tweaked it. But I don't feel any of the goals are a result of him. Yeah, you could say he's put Maitland-Niles in the right back position, but Maitland-Niles has played enough games there, and I don't think Maitland-Niles is to blame, but everybody has a point in it. I love Maitland-Niles, but the second goal he's not tracking back. The first one he's ball watching and playing people on side. Koscielny and Mustafi have no clue. I actually feel Kohler's playing quite terrible beyond the attacking threat, to be honest with you, and I feel his game is a bit of a weird one. It's a lovely pass from Lukaku for their second one as well to find Lingard. Lingard just follows his run and it's a free man. Like I said, it's a lovely run from Alexis to stay on side for their first as well. I don't know if I just said first for Lingard's, but Lingard's was second. But it's a lovely ball from Lukaku as well. Like I said, I feel Lukaku's having a good game, alternating between in the middle and on the flanks, and he's really taking advantage of the space Kohler's giving him. And what you're seeing as well, if you look at Lukaku, you think he's not really the quickest. He's a powerful runner with the ball and a strong runner, but he's not necessarily the quickest. Kohler has a decision to make. Does he think, okay, do I go forward or do I not? He made the decision on more often than not to go forward, and like you saw, it was exploited to a degree because he was slightly out of position. We've shot ourselves in the foot. ultimately we've shot ourselves in the foot. We're probably trying to be too intricate. We just need to find a way to go and get that equaliser. To be honest with you, that's my only half-time thoughts. This is cup football essentially, people. There's no other thoughts to have other than that. We didn't take our chances ultimately that we knew United would present us. Second half we started strongly, literally in the first couple of moments in the second half. Ramsey goes close with that headed effort. It's a good save from Romero. I told you guys in the preview, I told you guys did I tell you in the preview, did I tweet? I said whether Romero or De Gea is playing, they're going to both be turned into world-class keepers. Not that De Gea isn't one. You get the point. The application was there. Second half, we were all over them. We were pouring it over them. They still looked dangerous on the counter-attack. Pogba, the catalyst. Whenever they got the balls on the flank, in wide positions, they looked a problem as well, in my opinion, United, especially when Rashford and Martial came on. I think from a United point of view, bar the opening initial probably 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 at a stretch, they've done quite well to weather the storm. Arsenal have had a lot of chances, and yes, it was nervy, but ultimately they've cleared their lines, they've remained rigid, they've scored 2 goals, and Arsenal have to pour it on. We have to go to them. Obviously, again, with the stoppages, I wanted to see Guendouzi and Ozil come on. We kind of played our hand in our final 2 substitutions. We were forced to make one in the first half. That played into United's hands because they knew not only would we have to chase the game, we've got no backup plan or contingency because we've had to use our subs, and it played into them with the substitutions, bringing on Rashford and Martial. It worked to a great effect. I felt Rashford did all right. It's very crafty to start that whole stuff with Kola. Obviously, Martial got the third goal, sucker punch essentially on the counter attack. Check. Obviously, I can't. Who even had the effort? I think it was Pogba. I'm too angry to even remember. Czech could have done better. He palms it. Martial's not going to make a mistake from them yards, and it's one of the easiest goals he'll score. Second half, we piled the pressure on. We had all these chances. We were bombing down the left, the right. We were cutting them open. Lacazette really tried hard for me, in my opinion, but ultimately we didn't score, and a big reason for that is, for me anyways, is we're trying to be too intricate. We show some good work set pieces, and we're a good counter-attacking side. 2 things we actually showed in this game, but we're still trying to walk the goals in. Look, 9 passes was the build-up to our only goal in this game. So why are we trying to walk it in? It's not to pinpoint players, but you could even pinpoint Lacazette, Aubameyang, Kola, Guendouzi, Ozil when he came on. It will be... we're trying to walk it in. If you don't shoot, you don't score, and we make it easier for these sides. I do agree with the substitution of Iwobi for what it's worth, people. Not because he played well. I think he played very well, but it's almost he was a casualty of war, in that someone needs to be subbed. Ramsey always feel there's a goal in him. We've got our bench is quite weak, so we have to keep on Aubameyang and Lacazette. There's not really anyone you could take off. I felt Xhaka could have been subbed. Obviously, he was moved to centre half, which had me on nerves. So it was a casualty of war, and Iwobi did very well, but ultimately didn't really do anything from another point of view. So yeah, man. We paid for it. Ultimately, cheap mistakes cost us in this game, and not taking our chances. Football isn't a hard game, and you'll find them more often than not. In all my previews, there's a regular theme. What can we say? We're out of the FA Cup. We won't be winning it this year. We're out of the Carling Cup, Carling Cup, whatever you want to call it. Europa League is the only cup competition we have a hope for, unless you want to go on the Wenger route and say mathematically we can still challenge for the Premier League. But it is what it is, man, and I don't know about you lot, but it's a dark rum sort of night, man. It's sad on a Friday night when I'm lying, because I'm going out definitely after that defeat. I'm definitely going out tonight. But people, Arsenal won, Manchester United 3, and we have to hold our L. Like I said, congratulations to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because it's actually a good 2 results against Spurs in the league and against us. Credit to his team, his team for obviously implementing his tactics and obviously winning the game. Yeah, man, sometimes you just have to hold your hands up. United were the better team. Obviously, they won. We created all these chances, and it was more of a one-sided game to a degree than you would have thought of an Arsenal versus United in terms of possession and all of these things. But what really quantifies that? You've seen United come to the Emirates and play that game plan more often than not, literally last year. And, yeah, man, it worked for them. So, I'm off, people. DG, thank you for enjoying my review, and comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. I'm out, though.